know, in life it's often said we meet challenges and then we've got people that meet challenges head on, turn those into opportunities. Others will meet the challenges and start a whining journey. The guest that we have today met a challenge and that was turned into an opportunity. Today we will be talking about entrepreneurship. I'm excited about this conversation, proudly powered by BPN and MasterCard Foundation. Welcome to the show. My name is Jackie Lumbasi. We are at Mythos Boutique Hotel. Welcome to the Real Talk, yet another edition, and I'm excited about this conversation. We will be talking about entrepreneurship. A big thank you to BPN and MasterCard Foundation for making this possible. They're responsible for the guest that we have today, and I'm excited about the opportunity to learn from her. Ladies and gentlemen, we meet our guest, Mireille Uwase, who is the founder of Divine Catering. Mireille, it is such a pleasure to see you. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you for having me, Jackie.
Yeah. Today you're the founder of Divine Catering, and we will get to that story.
Yes.
I want us to go back to your story. Tell us a bit about yourself, share a bit of your background with us. You come from a big family of girls and one boy. That is, how many girls? 7 girls and one boy, or 6 girls and a boy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big family. How was it growing up in this family with your siblings? How were your parents? So we start with where you were born.
Thank you, Jackie. My name is Mireille Uwase, as you said, and I'm a wife and a mother, also an entrepreneur.
Beautiful.
So I was born in Rwanda. Early in my childhood, our family moved to Congo, and then they came back to Rwanda after genocide. So growing up in a very big family, our parents were very strict. They wouldn't allow us to be sitting at home watching TV in holidays or maybe after school. They will just assign everyone a task to do. So some will be in the garden, others will be cleaning the house. My brother used to wash cars. Everyone will be busy. My own was cooking. Yeah, so I knew every day I had to wake up, start.
What did you love cooking those days?
Since I had no choice, I had to cook
anything?
everything. So
Rice, matoke,
meat, everything.
sombe, did you cook?
Yes.
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm wondering, now that your parents, clearly they wanted you guys to do house chores, grow up knowing how to do things for yourselves. Did you have occasions where you'd pick yourselves up as siblings to go out and play, go have fun? Because they say all work with no play makes a child, idle, dull. Yeah.
Yeah, we also had time after the assignment. We'd sit in the evening, telling stories, jokes. Yes, we had fun time.
Do you have any memory, any childhood memory you want to share with us? Something that when you, Joy, and your other siblings sit together, you look back and you really have a laugh. We did this. What were we thinking? Give us a childhood memory.
We had a big sister who used to, for her, she didn't like to walk. So she would make us do her walk, and then after she'll tell us stories. And sometimes she had no stories, but she'll have to invent
She will
one.
have to invent stories because she needs the work done
And
for
then
her.
we'll just laugh and crying even.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think every family has that person. Because in my family, it's a brother. My last born brother, he would get us to do his work when they send us to the farm. Let's say to harvest maize and you each have your stock. He will come tell stories that you find yourselves moving from yours. You'll finish his as he continues to make you laugh.
That's what she used to do. She will make us work for her. And we do it quickly so that we'll have that time when she tells us stories.
Yes. And then when it came to studies, were your parents strict about books as well?
Very.
As they were strict about work?
Very.
Books.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they will make sure everyone is doing the right thing, having good notes at school.
Wow.
And I think I wasn't even allowed to be... each time I had to make sure that I'm either the first in class or second.
Oh, no.
Yes.
They didn't allow you to perform
Yes.
badly.
That is how strict our father was.
As you grew up and it became clear that, you know, you're going to join college or university, you want to pursue a certain career, what was your choice?
For me, I wanted to do journalism. But I wanted also to, maybe later in life, to have a school for kids. So when I was going to university, I wanted to do journalism, but later I changed it.
What did you end up doing?
Education.
Education.
For me to have that school.
To have the school, the kindergarten.
Yes.
Did you eventually have the school?
No, I didn't. After
Life
school,
took a different direction.
Yes.
What did you do after school?
I was a banker.
Okay.
I worked in the bank.
How was that experience?
Good. I had to learn a lot from there. Yes.
You know, the reason I ask is a lot of people will say, no, a banker will touch a lot of money, but very little of that belongs to them.
I know,
and that
it's very
brings a bad feeling.
They will tell you how to dress up, how to be in that bank. They will keep you busy for hours. But it was a good training for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many years did you serve in the banking sector?
7 years.
Wow, that was a good one, eh?
Yes.
So then, and after banking, that is when you went to Divine.
Yes.
Let's talk about Divine. So one time, you and your friend are looking for a caterer for your friend's upcoming wedding. Tell us that story. Because that is the story that now gave birth to Mireille, the business person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my friend was preparing for her wedding, and we were looking for a caterer. But we couldn't find one on time because of the budget.
So you were finding people, but they were asking for a lot of money?
Yes.
And yet time was also limited?
Yes.
You didn't have the money?
So we realized that we had no time left. And then she came to me asking if I can cater for her wedding. I said, but you know I can't. No was my first answer. And then my sister...
And you had never done this before?
Yes.
Was she
knew
asking
that I loved to cook. I used
she
to
had
cook
eaten
for
your
people.
food, so
yes,
she
at
knew.
home, very
Yeah.
often, or
Okay.
even at the bank. I used to pack food, snacks. I used to bake for them. So she knew that I loved cooking.
Okay.
But I was cooking for a small number of people. Now, when she was telling me, I said, I can't. I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to ruin your special day. I can't do this. And then my sister said, yes, you can do it, and we'll even help you. But I wasn't convinced. I was scared. And then we had no other choice. Time was running. I find myself doing it. That's how it all started. So we went to Nyamirambo.
Yes, yes. I was going to say, Mireille, don't rush. Tell us how you ended up doing it.
So we had to first start looking for things, the equipment. We went to Nyamirambo, start renting plates, forks, pots, everything. Tables, tablecloths. We had nothing.
You had nothing, yeah.
Nothing. And then to also look for people to help us at home. We cooked at home in our house. So we went and did it. We didn't want to disappoint her. We didn't want to ruin her day. So we had to do everything possible to make sure that it's done and done well.
So you are also responsible for the menu. Like you sat together and decided what you are going to cook.
She had
this
no
was your job.
preference. For her, it was okay.
Yes.
Since there will be
whatever
food
you give
for
us
guests, she was very okay. But the family, it wasn't the case for the family. They used to call me thinking that I'm someone she hired to cook for her. They will give me instructions, what and what. A lot of stress. Yeah, but finally we did it.
Did she pay you to do this?
No.
This was free?
Yes.
So you
I was
did
just
this.
helping a
You're
friend.
just helping a friend.
Yes.
But the other people you brought in to support were paid?
We paid them.
Okay. So this wedding comes and goes. I'm sure you did a fantastic job. Did people like the food?
Very. And then imagine, they even thought that was our business.
You see?
And then after the event, they came asking for our contact. I was busy explaining, no, normally we don't do this. We were just helping a friend. We can't. And then my sister would just tell them, okay, this is the number. If you need catering, please call. And
So
she
you're
gave my
busy
number.
explaining to
That
these
we're
people
there
that this
to
is not
help
our
a
business.
friend.
Your sister is very sharp. She's seeing an opportunity
I'm
here.
giving the number.
And giving the number.
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah.
The next one, when did the next opportunity come?
Right after that wedding, our friend's cousin came and insisted that we should also cater for her wedding.
This is a friend who was, the cousin was at the wedding.
Yes, she was there. We were walking together.
Yes.
And then she insisted. And for her, she even paid for the service. So after that service, her wedding, my sister said, actually, we can do this. We can do it. This can be a business for us. I said no. I was saying no because I wasn't very comfortable with the equipment that we used to rent. I didn't like them. It wasn't a very good quality. So I said, no. I don't want to be associated with things like this because normally I prefer excellent things. Yeah.
And at that time, because it was not a business, so you had not even thought that far. You didn't have your own things.
But even when people were busy appreciating what we did, me, I was there looking, this is not nice. What is this? Why are we using this? How can I hide this? I wasn't.
You wanted to hide things.
Yes, I didn't like what I was seeing. Yeah.
When then did it become very clear to you that this is actually going to become a business? Did your sister keep pushing you? These are now 2 weddings you have done.
Yes.
By the time you did the 3rd one, was it a fully registered business? Or you were still being, coerced?
I was still hesitant, but my friends and my sisters, they were convinced that that was my way. Because even at work, they used to tell me, what are you still doing here? Go and do what you love doing.
And as you were cooking at these 2 weddings, you were still at the bank?
Yes, I was still at the bank. Yeah. So after some time, I resigned from the bank. I wanted to go and do my master's. I even started, but I don't know what happened. The school closed. So I was home thinking, what will I be doing? So as they kept on telling me, you have to start this.
Yes, yeah.
I remember we even prayed with my sisters for 3 days. Somehow I was beginning to understand, but now I told them that if I'm to do this, at least I have to buy proper equipment. And then my family and friends, they supported me, and we start buying some pieces of equipment.
So you collected money from them,
Yes, little money to buy few things to start with. And then we kept on adding little by little as we were working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than cooking, what else did you know about catering as a business? Because you knew how to cook. These people were supporting you because you knew how to cook. But had you, for example, interacted with someone in the catering business? Did you know what it really took to run a business like this?
No.
Before you collected money from your friends and family, you hadn't?
I had no idea. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no one to learn from. I just did it. We started. As I loved cooking, I'll just cook. And sometimes I'll get paid by a client to do maybe the menu we agreed on. And then I will be busy wanting to add more, to make things perfect. That's all that matters for me. So, yeah.
So when you were done with the business registration, it's now on. Tell us what it took to you get the first business, the first full business for Divine Catering. You're going to do the pricing well. You're going to, have a team together. I even wonder, did you start with a permanent team, or
No.
did you just bring people based
Casuals,
on work?
yes,
Casuals.
Yes. So when we started, after collecting some money and buying some stuff, it's even my friend, the one we catered for the first time, who gave us the name Divine. She wrote some name, I think 3 of them, and then she told me to choose. And when I saw Divine, I said, okay, this makes a lot of sense because it's something that I didn't pray for, I didn't see it coming, it's just God. And then it's good because it's like it's a path that God had made for me, because we didn't struggle to get clients. I remember I didn't even know what happened. One day I received a call from someone who was talking to me in English. I didn't even get her very well. And I was saying, who is this person calling me, asking me to prepare food for 25 people to come for testing, that there is an institution that we're looking for someone to cater for the people there. And then I said, who is this person calling me? I even didn't want to do it. I said, okay, I will invest my money, start buying everything to go and do the testing. Why? And then, by that time, I wasn't married. Now, my fiancé, by then, he told me that, okay, you can do it, even if you feel you don't want to go start buying things that were not paid for. I will support you, but you need to do it because I know it's something that you like. Who knows, maybe from this, things will change. So I went and did the food testing. I wasn't even comfortable to go and present my stuff. I was there almost hiding. There were like 7 big restaurants. They were very comfortable.
You felt out of place.
Yes. I said I was scared. I was almost hiding. And then my little sister came. She was busy explaining, this is this and that, this is jollof rice and what. People tested the food. They even ate everything and finished the whole food. So after that, we were called to start catering for that big company.
You beat all the other established
big restaurants
hotels and
in
restaurants.
town.
Yes.
When I saw them, even white people, I said, what am I doing here? I have no experience. I don't know. What will I even say? So my sister, I don't know what happened. It is God. But she managed to go and explain and what. They tested the food, and then everyone liked it. After a few days, like 3 to 5 days, they called us to start.
And so this was your first client?
Our first contract, and the big one.
This was your first contract and the big one?
Yes. Yes, it changed everything in my life.
Wow. Yeah. How long did you serve that contract? Was it
for a year.
For a year?
Yes.
As in, you came in big.
Even when we started, many times I wanted to say, okay, we cannot continue with this. I don't know how to do it. I was exhausted. I used to do everything by myself. I'll wake up early in the morning because we used to give them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it was a big number of people. So I would just wake up 3 in the morning, go to Nyabugogo, start buying things. I'll be loading the car. I'll be cooking in the kitchen. I'll be serving. I'll be doing everything and go to bed at 1 a.m. So
why were you doing it alone? Like at that point, when you have gotten this contract, why didn't you immediately
start
hire
hiring
people? Yes.
We had no time to prepare. They called us, I think it was on Saturday, and told us that we were to start on Sunday. So we were running. I couldn't afford to say no. We didn't have time to prepare. And then we start looking for people, busy working, busy looking for people. Yeah.
Okay, so then for someone like you who's now started off her business like that, what becomes the next stage? What becomes the next challenge? What becomes the next agenda? Because here you are, for many people would struggle to get their first client. You got your client, God sent, you know? You have your client, your first job is a big contract. What then becomes the next step?
Now, my challenge was now to start organizing things.
Because you've started work, you've started the business, now let's get organized. Yeah.
So I had to
for many, it's the reverse, actually.
So I had to start looking for people, a chef, waiters, everything. And it was hard to find because of the pressure that was there. Yeah, but with time, I got to find some people. Yes.
Business growth, how did that happen? Moving from one client to another, you have this one big contract. Did others come within the time you are serving that contract? Did you have room to serve other clients? Or were you just safe working for one?
No. We were busy working for other clients as well. Weddings, people will be calling. That's why I said I don't know what happened, but we didn't struggle to get clients, no. Even big companies, they were calling us, trusting us with their events, so yeah.
Let us go back to the early days of that business. If you had come from, you've come from Nyabugogo, you've bought stuff, gone home, you've served breakfast, lunch, dinner, you've gone to bed very late, you're waking up early, and then joy happens to pass by, and you have to start discussing business with joy. How would that conversation go? What would you be telling her? I want to know what kind of place you were, mentally and physically, for that business. What would that conversation go like?
I didn't even know what I was doing. So I didn't enjoy what was happening. Talking about the business, I was feeling like I'm at the wrong place. I just wanted to change it. I couldn't because of that contract. But I had a chance. My dad was a businessman. So he used to come and see me where we were working. And then he'd just tell me, I know you can do this. I know it is hard. But please, you need to do it. And then I remember he even sent my mom from Gisenyi. She came and started helping us.
What were you telling them? You know,
That
your
I'm
dad is
tired.
encouraging you. What were you
I
saying?
was saying that I'm tired. I want to leave this. I'm not ready. I don't want it. I want to start looking for a job. Yes.
When you look back now, and with that smile that you have on your face, what did that season teach you?
That with God, all things are possible. That's something that you think you cannot do by your own, or where you are afraid to go, you think you cannot. Maybe it's meant for someone else with knowledge, who is well prepared. That with God you can do it.
Trust God.
Yes.
You know, when we talked about your childhood, you talked about the chores, you didn't talk about spirituality. Were your parents also such strong believers? Did they raise you people to have that kind of faith in God?
Yes.
Did you go to church every day, every Sunday?
But I can say that it's a journey that I don't know again how it started, but I started loving this Christian life at school, in boarding school. I would see people singing, very happy, praying for everything. And then I wanted to be like them. That's how I started to pray.
Yeah.
And someone, I think it was my colleague, offered me a book that made a lot of sense. And now I choose to be like them.
Wow, that's good. So when we come back, I want to know when your relationship with BPN started and how beneficial it has been to you and the business.
Okay.
Yeah. We're talking to Mireille Uwase. Thank you for joining us on The Real Talk, and please do share with us a message. If you want to send a message, you want to comment, you have a suggestion, use the hashtag The Real Talk. And Mireille founded Divine Catering. I don't know if you've interacted with them. If you haven't, please go to their website. You will love it. You'll go to that website. It will make you hungry. You'll go to that website. If you are struggling to find a caterer for your event, however big or small, you'll say, thank God for leading me here. We'll get to know more when we come back. We are at Mythos Boutique Hotel in Kiovo. Welcome back. This is The Real Talk. So in this month of women, March is when we celebrate women, and what we have done, especially with this particular story, I wanted to highlight Mireille, who's a woman in entrepreneurship, get to know her challenges. We will learn best from each other. And the times we sort of resist, you don't want to learn from the other gender. That's why I said, for this particular edition, let me have us learn from one of us. What are some of the challenges that she has had to overcome in her entrepreneurship journey? And if you are seated there, you have aspirations, or you're already an entrepreneur, I hope you're taking notes and let us make sure we are learning from each other. If along the way you'll feel like there's something Mireille didn't say, use the hashtag #TheRealTalk and share it with us so that the other people can learn. Mireille, talk to us about the relationship with BPN. How did you find out about BPN? At what stage of your business did you get to meet them and let them in, with all the support that they brought? Because BPN, as I know, will come in to support you as an entrepreneur holistically, but what they also do is they sieve very well. They don't just work with any entrepreneur. It's got to be an entrepreneur that is promising, because they don't just come in and leave you. It's also going to be many years of you working with them. So talk to us about that relationship, when it started, when you met them, and at what stage was your business when that started?
Okay, so I didn't know about BPN, but I think it was in 2022. We had an opportunity to cater for an event in Chogam. So I think that's when they noticed us, and someone called from BPN. And then they invited me. I went to the office. But again, I didn't know. I was tired. Sometimes I had the feeling that I'm doing things in the wrong way. So when I went to them, I didn't know if I will continue my business or if I have to change and do something else. So when I went, everything changed.
Wow.
Yes. I remember I attended a seminar. It's called Business Administration, if I remember. And that
Organized by
seminar,
BPN.
yes, for 5 days. Before, I wasn't even allowed to not be at work even for 1 day. I was stressed. I was thinking everything is, I don't know. I just wanted to be there, make sure that we are doing things right.
You felt like in your absence things would go wrong.
Yes. So I was always there, day and night. I'll make sure I'm there following up. I didn't want to disappoint clients. Before they give me a bad feedback, I'll be crying.
Gosh.
Yes. So when I went to BPN, attended that seminar, it changes everything. I don't know how to say it, but it's like it stretched my mind and opened my eyes. I don't know how. Everything.
Did they
was
also
different.
help you see your business clearly, like several years from now? Were they able to help you see that far? Because as someone who was working but very hesitant, uncertain, unsure of whether you're doing things right, and today you wake up, you feel like maybe I'll close this business. There was a lot of uncertainty. Did the seminar help you see this business clearly?
Yes.
And many years to come?
A lot. It was like that when I started my business, actually.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I did some trainings. Before, I used to do my business as something that I just like, that I can do today, leave it tomorrow. I'll work for money, sometimes spend it just like that. I didn't have proper recording of our finances. We had no structure at all. So after that seminar, it's like they made my vision clear to me. Imagine, they are the one who
And
did
helped
that.
you put a structure in place.
Yes. And then I said, now I'm going to be intentional. Whatever I need to do to make this business grow and go achieve my vision, I'll do it. So they did.
Yeah.
Many trainings and their coaching. You will go to them with problems. You won't see any solution. And then they will talk to you. They won't even tell you, this is what you need to do. They never do that. They will just listen to you. And then from that conversation, you leave very happy, as if they gave you something, knowing what to do and doing it right. Yeah. So
Wow.
BPN is the best.
Yeah. I know one of the things that a lot of business people, young businesses struggle with is access to finance, but access to networks, capacity building. Because sometimes, even when you have the finances, without the right training, you won't know how to run this business. Are there any specific things that you would point out as what you learned. You've already said they helped you structure the business. It's as if the business started then. But were there any other benefits? Like, were you able to meet people in the same business as you? Were you able to meet potential partners and possibly even new clients? You can just speak specifically to such benefits.
Yes. I think myself what I needed most was the trainings that I got from them. As for the access to finance, I was still managing with my family. My big needs by that time was the trainings to know how to do things right. Yes.
And this they gave you.
Yes. Yes, I believed in myself. I loved even more what I was doing. I was determined to go and achieve my vision. So I got that from BPN. And again, I got other clients from BPN. Yes, when you go for trainings, you'll meet people who works here, have events, family events. Yeah.
If someone asked you to, in a few words, describe the role that BPN has played in the journey of Divine Catering so far. In a few words, possibly something you have not said since the show started, how would you describe their role?
They taught me how to be professional. And again, not to see my business as something small, no. As something big, a legacy that will stay after years. Yeah.
Because that is what happens to businesses. Businesses that today we will see as big businesses, generational businesses, they all started somewhere. But someone had a vision. They had to say, this will feed not just me, but my children.
Yes, and their children.
And their children, and, you know, many, many generations to come. When you look back today, what lessons have you learned that you wish you knew when you started this business? And you know, your business did not start typically like many businesses. Yours, it's quite here and there. But with your interaction with an organization like BPN and your peers that you interact with at BPN, with your experience now in the field running a big catering business, what are those lessons that you have learned you wish you knew back then? You've learned today, because those lessons will help someone who is starting.
There are many. As I was saying, like how we used to, what we used to get from our business, I'll just use it for my personal life. I didn't know that I needed to reinvest in the business. And the business was just there. And we used to work in weekends, and another few days will be just free. Sometimes clients will come, and then we feel like, hey, we can't do 2 events. They are big for us.
So you
And
leave,
just
you
say
let
no.
one go.
Yes.
Instead of trying to push yourself, you just let it go.
So with BPN, it was different. And again, apart from do the proper recording for our business finances, again, so it was the financial part, the recording. I wish I knew it before. It would have made a lot of difference in our business. And to have a clear vision, not to say I'm just doing this for now, I'll do the business just for a living, for my everyday life, so that I won't lack this thing and that. Yeah, I wish I had started with something big in mind. Yeah. So those 2 things.
Yeah, that is key. And I think for the person that is watching, if they are starting something small, looking at it as a side gig, what you're telling them is see it as a big thing.
Not
When
something
see
that
it
you're
as a-
just
yes,
doing.
not
Yeah.
What do you think women in business struggle with most?
Sometimes you have a good idea, and not know where you can get the resources from. Or sometimes you even go to some people, ask, and then you won't. It has changed, but before it was hard for women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than access to finance, any other challenges that they meet when you talk to them? Because I'm sure you interact with a lot of business people, and not just in catering, but what do they tell you are some of their biggest struggles?
Yes. Some will tell you you'll find someone with a great idea, and then she'll tell you that, I can't start doing it as a business. I don't have everything it takes. It's not maybe the right time. I think I need a very big capital to start, or things like that. You think it's something that you cannot afford doing. And then you'll keep on pushing, saying, or maybe waiting for the right time to start. And that time, sometime, will not come.
It will not come. That's true.
Sometimes I believe that everything that someone needs to start something, they already have it within them.
Mireille, you are an admired businesswoman, several years of doing this, and it has not been easy. But here you are today. There could be someone who is watching and they're looking up to you. Where you feel you fell short, there's another person who has seen an opportunity to learn from you. What advice would you give to someone who is thinking of starting a catering business? If they're watching, they have nobody to talk to them, you're the only person that they will pick advice from. What advice would you give them? Number one?
To first know the solution they are proposing to people, because that's what we sell. A group of people, or your target people that you target, you know what they need, you see what is happening, you see what is not being done well, and then you propose that as a solution. That's what you'll be doing.
Number two?
After knowing the solution you're offering to people, is to know the people that you want to work with, the people you target. Yes. Okay. Once you know them well, you serve them well.
Okay. Yeah. And number three?
Believe that you can do. You have to have the confidence. Not like me. When I started, every day I would just say, okay, I can do this. The next day I will be, no, I need to change. Have that confidence that you can do greater things. Yes. Don't see what you want to do as something small. When someone asks you what are you doing, I'm just doing this, just for living. No. You have to.
It shouldn't be a just thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Where do you see Divine in the next 5, 7, 10 years? When you look at the direction, the journey you have come, and how you have grown, where do you see yourself in the next
In the next 5 years? We will be the leading catering company in town. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You talked about, in the beginning, you were doing everything yourself. How relieved were you when you finally had a team dedicated to seeing this vision fully served? How relieved were you when you knew you could take a holiday for 3 days and still your work will not collapse? I want you to say that for the young entrepreneurs who are starting off and they feel like when they do everything themselves, then they're doing things perfectly, but they're also saving or cutting down on costs, and yet they're burning out. Yes. How did that realization work for you?
There's nothing like having a good team. Once they understand the vision, everything changes. Because as I told you, I wasn't even allowed to miss one day at work.
You didn't allow yourself?
No. I was scared. But now things are different. I have a very good team. When I'm there, I know things will be well, but even when I'm not there, I know things will work out.
Yeah. As a businesswoman, what would you wish they could do for you? Because we know that our government has done a lot. Different partners have done a lot. You've got BPN that today you say a big thank you to. But what more would you want specifically from the government?
I'll just thank them because,
You'd thank them.
yes, I got so many opportunities. You know, before, when I was still a kid, people used to say that for someone to go far, maybe to have a great opportunity, you need to know people, but in our country it's different. When you are doing things right, people will start looking for you. They won't refuse you an
That's very
opportunity
true.
because you are a woman or what. So I'll just thank them.
You said
They
it
have
well.
given me a lot.
Yeah. What would you say to your younger self?
For me, I would say that, I think I even said it before, again, with God, all things are possible. There is no far that you cannot reach. Yeah.
Faith. Yeah, of that supernatural being that you believe in. Yeah.
I used to pray. I didn't know if this will take me somewhere or what, but I saw things changing. I remember I was in the bank. You said it.
Yeah.
That you work, you get to see a lot of money, but you
But
know
your
that
your account is empty.
Yes. But
Yes.
when I started my journey,
Yeah.
it didn't even take long before I saw the change. Yeah. So it was good.
Beautiful.
Who can make things change from little to, yeah.
Amen. We have talked about a lot of things, and maybe there's that conviction that you have, even if it's spiritual, you're a woman of God. If there is something that you want our viewer, you know, you can talk for 40 minutes, even 50 minutes, and people are very selective. They could choose to forget all the things that we have said. But if there's anything that you want them to take out of this conversation, what would it be? Whether it's that advice about life, or advice about business, or advice about leadership. So if you have that message that you want our viewer to take from this conversation, what would it be? Now is the time to share it.
For me, that would be that in everything someone is doing, or everything that you are or you have, just make sure that God is in it. Yes, that's what I can say. Be it challenges or success, anything. Once you are with God.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
you.
so much, Mireille,
Thank
for
you,
coming
Jackie.
through. You're
Thank
doing an
you.
amazing job at Divine, and we do wish you all the best. May you just continue witnessing, seeing success.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And don't
abundantly.
forget to call me when you have an event. I'll be happy to cater for you.
Yes. And where do we find you? You want to share your number with us that we can call you?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
please
share.
give it to us.
0788 35 95.
That is for Divine Catering.
Yes.
We will call you. Birthdays,
you.
weddings, wedding anniversaries.
Yes.
We will call you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you so
you.
much. Our guest today founded Divine Catering. Mireille Uwase started it off small. And this was amazing. I love that Mireille offered to talk about this. By the way, I need to fully disclose that it's the first time she's publicly talking about her business in the media. She has not done that before. She had never even thought about it. And so I really feel honored that she accepted to do this. And my hope is that you have picked something from her. Imagine someone who started off apprehensive. She was not sure that she had it in her to do this. She started cooking as a child, cooking for her family. Today she's cooking for corporate organizations. She's cooking for wedding guests. For me, she's true testimony that whatever you lay your hands on, and as the Bible tells us that God blesses the work of our hands, that you lay your hands on and you do passionately and wholly is what God blesses. Here we are, that young child who cooked for people, that lady who was moving with her friend looking for a caterer that they failed to find. The friend asked her to cater and she said, "No, I will not." But she still went in. And a few weeks later, she was seated in a competition in a room with renowned restaurants. A corporate client that was looking for someone to cater for a year, they emerged the winners for that particular competition or food testing competition. It just goes to show that when it's yours, it's meant to be, but also whatever you set out to do, do it very well, because it will sell yourself. Someone is always watching, as we like to say on the show. So thank you. I hope that you've picked something. I have learned a lot from this, and I hope that you also have. A big thank you to BPN and MasterCard Foundation for making this conversation possible, and thank you to Mythos for hosting us. Please do share the link to the YouTube channel so that this conversation can travel wide. Thanks for your time. It's always a pleasure to serve. May God bless you. We look forward to seeing you next week.